So my name is Sujata Jafer. I'm the managing partner of Nexia SJ Tanzania. I have been in practice for the past 20 years, and I set up my company 20 years ago. Started with zero base and 7 staff, and today I have more than 40 staff and more than 300 clients. Yeah. So that's where we are. Initially, we started with the traditional products like audit, tax, consulting. And then eventually, as we started recruiting more specialized staff, we started adding more new products and services. So now, we have sort of got our niche. So we basically do IT audit, IS audits, IT consulting. We provide ERM, risk advisory services, and also like we've acted as reporting accountants for various companies that were listed on the Dar es Salaam Stock Exchange. We have, carried out due diligences for acquisition of companies, both tax, legal, and financial due diligences. So, that's, and our also, we have an expert within the firm whereby we provide transfer pricing services as well to clients who require those services. Yeah. Okay. So, in my experience, most of the companies that I worked with, the main problems we've noted is obviously in breakdown of internal controls, which has led it to fraud and revenue leak. Then there are other non-compliance issues, which has obviously resulted into company getting huge liabilities. For example, the tax compliance issues. So whenever they have tax audits, then, due to non-compliances, the liabilities have been huge. So we have kind of assisted those clients in complying with the tax requirements, help them in, handling their tax cases, and also help them restructure their company in the sense that, put in place the proper controls, the proper staffing, etc., and advising them on what controls they need to put in place, the segregation of duties, etc. Yeah, and also advise them that, look, if they don't have an expert internally for the tax and legal compliance, and they can outsource those services to us, and they've done so in many cases, so that, brought them up to the level where they are compliant. Yeah. So for example, one client came to us about 3 years back, and their accounts were a total mess. They didn't have a proper financial controller, who could assist them in maintaining proper records. And obviously there were total chaos, non-compliances. So basically we advise them to start with conducting a proper tax health check. So in tax health check is like we would conduct the audit like how a revenue officer would do it. And that's more comprehensive and more detailed as opposed to just a external audit. And so we did that audit, we conducted the tax health check, we identified all the exposures, and we gave our recommendations to the client. So over a period of 3 years, we helped them in, putting in place proper systems, controls, help them in recruiting right personnel, designed the finance and admin manual for them, advised them on which software to use for accounting purposes, and sort of help them in sort of even setting up, putting in inbuilt controls, access level controls, and also got them like installment payments to all the tax exposures that we had identified with the revenue authorities. And now after 3 years, the client is like fully compliant. Well, we can't say 100% because, that's not possible, but as much as possible. And also on the job training that we provided to his team. So kind of capacity building that has also helped, because we kind of worked jointly with the financial controller for a couple of months, like 3 to 6 months, to make sure that he understood the requirements and all the compliances. And then now sort of he's working independently, and we just come in and do the review 2 to 3 times a year. And so the client is very, very satisfied and very happy with what we did in his company, and helped him in structuring himself well. And now at least he gets the financial information to make more informed decisions, which in the past he couldn't. Yeah.